How's it going?
Hello, hello.
Trying to get all this stuff to work.
Uh, Hey, how are you? How you
Pretty
been?
good. Been pretty good.
I feel like I haven't seen you since Blue Ridge, right?
Yeah, since everything blew away at Blue Ridge, yes.
That was that
Everything of
was
ours.
that was awful. I
Every
still have PTSD from fucking that event.
yeah, same. Anytime my wind blows or on any tent that we have, it's all I'm always trying to grab it to make sure it doesn't go anywhere.
I can't believe that happened to us. Oh my God, I don't know how to explain that anymore. Like when people are
Yeah.
like, "Are you going to any other festivals?" I was like, no. I was part of Blue Ridge. Fuck
Yeah,
that.
no, that was terrible. I think we spent 3,000 on everything, brand new tent, brand new everything, and it just our tent ripped down the side because of wind. It buckled our entire canopies, everything.
Yeah, my friend
Yeah.
refused to leave after our shit got destroyed. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, girl, what? She's like, oh, the show's probably gonna be on tomorrow. I was like, no, they're gonna cancel it tomorrow.
Yeah, literally. Like I really wanted to see I See Stars, and that was like one of the main reasons I was gonna stay, and it didn't happen.
I was so pissed. Never again. No, that made me never want to go to a festival ever again.
Yeah, that was rough. I got the tickets to a Warped Tour, so I'm hoping that'll be decent.
The last time I went to a Warped Tour was like in
Yeah.
2013, 2014, and it was in Scranton, PA. Montage Mountain, I believe. Yeah, the
I think
good
I
old days.
I went a few years. I think it was like 2018. I think 2016, 17, and 18. I think I went.
I miss it. I miss the old days where you had Battle of the Bands stage and everything. I
Hmm.
remember when the Skylit Drive was on Battle of the Bands. The good old days. Ow. Okay. All right. I have you, and who's the other person?
I am the man.
The man. Okay. All right, guys. You can introduce yourselves and tell me a little bit about the band.
You can go first, Justin.
Oh, okay. My name is Justin. I play drums for Revision Revised. Everybody just calls me Beans for the most part. Um, and then about the band. So we are a metalcore band from Southern Ohio. Trying to think what else. Very heavily influenced by like hard rock and things like that. So it's like a metalcore infused hard rock band, essentially, is what the kind of sound kind of goes with.
Hmm. Okay. I feel like a lot of my friends are from that area. You have like Dead Cassette that lives in that
Hmm.
area.
Yeah.
Trying to think Static Wake. I think there's a lot of people in the area that are friends that are in bands and stuff. I think Convictions too is from
Hmm.
your area.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've talked to Dead Cassette a good bit. Me and him used to talk on Facebook. We'd message back and forth and promote the music.
Yeah, Arthur is my friend in that band. I love Arthur. He's a really good guy. I feel like your guys' area has some really good ass bands too, not gonna lie. Like Midwinter's from there too.
Mm.
So
Is that the Columbus area?
yeah. I went
Yeah.
I went there 3 times last year to see Attila with Until I Wake. That was that tour. And then I came for If Not For Me when they did the New Year's Eve show. And I drove 11 hours for that.
Hmm.
Yeah, just to come and support If Not For Me when they
Yeah.
played small venues. Now they're big.
Hmm. Yeah, I saw If Not For Me, whenever they're headlining in Michigan at Hear This Fest. So I went
Didn't
up
they
there.
play? Wasn't they with Archers?
No. What you're talking about, like the show at BFU?
Yeah.
No, I think that was What Lies Below and Two Sides of Me, I want to
Two
say.
sides. That's it. Two sides of me. That was
Oh, I love them. I'm trying to think Two Sides of Me. Are they from Virginia?
it. I have no
I
idea.
have no clue.
I
I was thinking
think
Ohio, but I have no idea.
I
Yeah.
think they just did a small tour recently, Two Sides of Me. Like a small like 10-day tour. I think they're from Virginia. I think I met them. I think I did photos for them before. I don't know. I just know that the name sounds really familiar.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
think
have
we've played with them like 4 times. They just always turn up on random shows,
mhm.
and I'm like, "Sup?"
Okay, let's see. So revision revise. How do you guys come up with that name?
Um, okay, so Beans talks a lot because I'm not a talker. I'm more of a doer.
Mhm.
Um, band started in 2012. I started it. It's pretty much based off my vision of the name means a new idea, reimagined. So pretty much like we're just trying to do our own thing. Like it's still mainstream, but we're doing it our own way. So that's where the hard rock influence comes from because that's the genre that I really like. But we're trying to do it our own way. So it's a new idea. We're very theatrical. We use like stage actors, pyro, light shows. Um, I don't know. Very star
How
study, I guess.
how many members do you guys have in the band?
Uh, Contractual three, but
Three.
there's like 7 of us on stage.
Jesus. Oh my Lord. How you guys feel on the stage?
We make it fit.
That's a lot of people. I'm just
Make
thinking
it
like
work.
how you guys all fit, like you guys did
It
like a
dep
van, like how you guys all fit in there.
it really depends because like if the stage is smaller, we can play down to four. But like if the stage is bigger, then we'll bring all of our stuff and play as much as we can. Like
Oh.
do it as big as we can.
Once you see the venue, then you on the fly figure it out,
Yeah,
essentially.
it's all in the trailer. It's all in the trailer.
Yeah, sometimes bands have so many members, and I'm like looking at them on the stage. I'm like, you guys are literally touching elbow elbow. It's like
Yeah.
I don't know how people have so many people in a band, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, how you guys all fit on the stage? How do you guys move?
Well, like the stage actors and stuff, it's all it's all like we are very choreographed in our ears. So like, there's parts that we'll move off stage so the actors can come on. That way we're not bumping into each other.
Oh, at least you guys are coordinated. Some people are
We
not.
try to be. We try to be.
All right. Is there any new music brewing for you guys?
We just did a music video Saturday. That will come out early next year, and it'll do like a release with like an entire EP and stuff.
Can I get
So,
a hint of what the song is about or the video is about?
uh, we all die.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
that's awesome. I like
essentially.
that. You die and then you
It's
start the new year with the new EP and stuff. I like that.
it's
Yeah,
chaotic,
it's
like very quickly in a music video.
yeah. We pulled beans out of a window.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a
okay.
nice scene.
The
That
best
that
way
was
to
one of the
explain a
best. It's one of the
video,
best things.
we all die. I like that.
We all die and someone goes out a window.
Oh, okay. Like that. Awesome. Can't wait for that one. Hmm. All right. So besides music, I know Justin has a clothing line, Dark Art Apparel. How's that going? And does your clothing line fit with the band? Like, do you do merch for them or is it like your own side thing?
It started as just my own side thing, just because I like to design stuff and I wanted to make money off my skills that I like skill set that I didn't that I do have. So it started there, and then one band approached me and asked me if I have ever thought about like hosting the band's merch stores and stuff like that, and I was like, no, not at all. They said they wanted to be one of the first people, so I was like, yeah, we'll go for it. So Sever the Crown was the first band out of Michigan I started working with. And then from there, word just started spreading. A bunch of other bands needing merch, and it's pretty much like drop shipping, except for it's a lot less costly for the band. So like they make more money. So for instance, like if they sell a shirt for $25 on my store, I only take out the production cost of like 10 to 12 bucks, and then the other 12 or $13 gets passed on to onto the artist and stuff like
Oh,
that. So it kind of went from that, and now, of course, trying to keep everything as cheap as possible in house. We do all of our band's merch through that as well. So we just print and stock everything ourselves. So that way, there's no third party companies, anything like that. It's just all all done in house. So if Cody decides he wants to whip up a new design, he can whip one up, send it to me, say print this, and I'll print it, and there's a new design already. So
oh,
it's
that
just super easy.
that does sound easy. Yeah, because I know that's like the biggest obstacle for bands is to, sell merch because of the cuts that they get from, using companies and everything.
Hmm.
Like big cartel and
Mhm.
all that is like they take out a lot of percentage out
Hmm.
of everything.
Yeah, and especially with our own band merch, I mean, we're doing it ourselves. We don't have to pay all those extra fees. It's just very little overhead charge for us, and we keep all the profit, of course, for the band, so it just goes right back into it.
So do you make like the merch at home or
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So we print everything ourselves.
Yeah. Everything that RR is doing, is pretty much, it's all done in house. Even before Bean started doing his clothing
Hmm.
thing, I did all of our merch. I was a screen printing shop owner. Um, but like I never want to get back into that. He can have that. Like it's the worst thing in the world.
It is very time consuming, yes.
Um, so now I own a venue that I'm sitting in right now. But yeah, like there is the music, our small music venue that I'm sitting in the sound booth. We pretty much try to do everything in house because where we come from is a very, very poor part of the United States. And the more we can do for ourselves, the more we are able to put out because like we're from like the second poorest part in the country. Like we struggling, but we learned it ourselves to try to push us more.
yeah, that's what I was talking to another band, who were they? Sleep Talker, and they were saying they do a lot of DIY stuff, like they do their own merch. The vocalist's girlfriend creates their merch and stuff, and they have like their own printing thing. So they said it
Hmm.
saves them a lot of money
Yeah.
going instead of going through a company. I'm like, good for you guys, good for you.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and it kind of keeps you above, like it keeps you ahead of everyone because like a band will have to go through and get like 10 merch designs and then print them, and that's gonna be thousands of dollars, and we can just do it like that.
Hmm.
So like it's hard to compete with like a merch like the way we run merch because like we can have like 50 designs out in a day, like, and we just can make them that fast. So it is a great tool to learn, and I would tell everyone to learn it, because if you're going to try to make it music, you're just a fancy t-shirt salesman.
Yeah.
Shut up,
That's what we're
Alexa.
thinking about for our festival next year. Like, we want to make merch, but we're trying to
Hmm.
figure out, like, the easiest way to create something that's not
Hmm.
gonna put us in a hole. Like, we want to make, like,
Hmm.
let's say, like 50 shirts as limited edition for 2025. And
Hmm.
we're like, how do we do this?
Realistic. My suggestion for that, definitely, if you've got 50 of them, or if you're only going to be doing that, if you're going to do it like online only, or you want to like physically stock them or online only.
uh, Probably have them at the show, and then, like, the ones that we don't have
Oh,
that
okay.
we
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
left
The
over
online.
is to sell
Yeah.
online.
Okay. I was gonna say, yeah, because if you're doing 50 and you're doing it online, yeah, you could just, of course, just sell once you get to 50 to turn off the actual item itself. That way you know exactly what size those people are ordering. But if you're gonna stock them in person, I know Cody knows as well. I think smalls sell, but not a lot. I mean, it's usually like what large and XL are the ones that sell the most.
Well, in our part of the country,
Yeah.
it's large and XL.
That's
I
what
guess
I
it's
was
just
thinking. I was like, what sizes? Like, I feel like smalls, yeah, but like mediums and large and
Mhm.
extra large, I think probably would.
And also
Smalls
too.
always do the worst. Like,
Also, too, like, say for instance, me, if there's a super awesome shirt that I want, I'll wear a medium. I can't, like, for instance, a small is too small, so I'll just buy a large if they're at a medium. So like people usually buy at least one size up just to get the
yeah, they'll
shirt.
go up.
So that's a good
Can't go
thing.
down. You can always go up. You can't go down.
Yeah, that's like, I think that's our biggest issue is probably merch for next year because we didn't do it this year. We went from a four-person team to a two-person team real quick, and it's just me and my business partner running the whole festival, handling everything. Like, the Concert
We did
Chronicles is an
that.
LLC, so we're
Yeah.
we're a business and everything. So we have to keep money into that account.
Yeah.
It's wild just being ran by two people. It's
I say
hard.
that's
I do
what.
like the band aspect. I talk to everybody. I do the interviews and stuff, and then my business partner does, the marketing, trying to figure out like the best way to like get merch out there, more product out there. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, girl, you go do that. That sounds like a lot of math, a lot of money.
Well, that's what, because Cody actually did that with Grow Fest because he started his own music festival just because he wanted to, and then did that for a few years. So like, yeah,
Till
pretty much
till
everything
the
we've done
churches
everything.
shut me down. Got shut
Um,
down by the
yeah,
churches.
yeah,
It wasn't family friendly and religious enough.
yeah.
Listen, I live in South Carolina, okay? God forbid, like this type of music plays like in my town, people probably think I'm going to hell. It's
Hmm.
probably
Like,
we're like worshiping. freaking Satan or something. Listen, I had the devil tattoo on me and stuff,
They
and
actually said that
people,
we worship Satan and that we
Yeah,
was sacrificing animals. And I outdrew their population. So you hear me, Colgrave, Ohio? Get out of here. Stupid. You're
I,
literally.
you're
I
dumb.
wouldn't think that your guys' area was like that, like religious at
Oh, it's
all.
every
Well, we're
yeah. Just
about
so
we're about 2 hours south from Columbus, so we're the very tip of Ohio, and it is like the most Bible Belt part of Ohio. So it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
You guys got a bunch of corn, right? Amish
Yeah,
people.
that's about 45 minutes up the road.
Yeah, I
Uh, Pretty much where
driving
we're
to your
from.
state was wild. I had to go to like West
Mhm.
Virginia. I had to go through that state where, that movie Wrong Turn was made out of. I was like,
Mhm.
yep, gonna die going this way, gonna die when I get to your guys' state. It's all corn. Chill,
Wrong
the
Turn is
corn's gonna
where
get me.
Wrong Turn's where Beans lives. He lives in Wrong
Yeah,
Turn
yeah.
area.
I live in
He
West
is,
Virginia.
he is a West Virginia. Yeah, like where we live, I can be in Kentucky in 5 minutes, West Virginia in 10 minutes.
Oh, well, you're right smack near everybody.
Yeah, it's just man,
Yeah,
bad
not
area,
me.
bad
Not
area.
me. South Carolina, I live three, 3 hours to North Carolina, 5 hours to Georgia, like 3, 4 hours to Georgia, 8 hours to Florida, 5 hours to Virginia. I'm all over the place. I hate South Carolina. I'm from New York. Hate it here. Hate it here. I
Mm.
say that in every interview. I hate South Carolina. Don't come here.
I,
We got a good scene, but don't come
you
here.
got you got the beach.
We got the deathcore hardcore scene here where people just beat the shit at each other. That's really about
Nice.
it. All right. So for 2025, do you guys have any plans for like shows and
We've
everything?
we've got. I know we're booked on one festival that we know of that they're not announcing until later on in 25. And then I think we've got one tour planned with Burn Absolute that we're helping on that. And then there's another tour that is in the works currently. We're trying to get completely filled out and booked as well. And I think that one would be in May, I believe.
July. I need to
July.
start on that. Yeah.
Yeah, Burn Absolute is really good. I know they're going on tour with Coma Waves and
Mm.
Sleep Talker this month, I think. Yes.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
really
Robbie.
good. Burn Absolute's been killing it, but after Florida got hit with
Mm.
that massive
Yeah.
hurricane, they had to drop from their recent tour, so they took a
Yeah.
big hit.
Let's say yeah, because he's the one. Robbie, he works and gets. He's our booking agent with Olympus Talent Agency. So he's the one that's going to be booking all those runs and stuff like that, and getting us that situated. And then outside of that, me and Cody just work on getting some shows booked. I know we've got one in I think January 4th, I believe.
Yeah, there's one in January. It's in Lexington.
So, where are you guys playing at? Like in your area, West Virginia, or is it going to be strictly like in Columbus area?
We rarely play down here unless it's like something I put on. It's we would rather drive an hour for a better market. Like we pretty much live in the country, so we just drive wherever. Like
At least
any
you're
place in
smart about it.
Ohio, yeah, any place in Ohio is like if it's under 4 hours, I consider that local. I've drove my entire life. Like 4 hours is a pretty easy drive.
That's why I
I used to
always
drive.
tell bands, I'm like,
Yeah,
you got to migrate outside your area, even if you have to drive 3, 4 hours. It's a
Hmm.
different market, different fan base, and everything. You got to get
it
yourselves
is.
out there. You may lose money, but you've got to, take the risk. But a lot of people don't want to do that, which I understand, but still.
That's a I know one of the talent buyers or whatever at the Whiskey a Go Go in West Hollywood. They reached out to me last week and asked if we'd be interested in playing at the Whiskey a Go Go, which would be phenomenal. But trying to get all of us from Ohio to California is going to be impossible. So
Oh my
like it
God.
would be phenomenal, but we don't know if that's going to be able to happen or not.
Yeah. Oh, if we route a tour around it, it's possible.
Yeah, you guys could build a tour around that, right? If you guys take that, you guys
Mm,
can
Yeah,
do shows going up to
mm.
California.
and then come back because I think it's 32 hours from where we are. So
Oh, hell no.
we,
That's long. Nope. That's awful.
yeah,
I thought
I'll
driving 13 hours to New York was bad.
I'll admit that 32 hours was long. I used to drive 14 hours every night, so like I'm that one's okay, but like 32, no, like I don't want to do that. Like I don't want to do that at all.
That's just terrible. Like, I don't know, 32 hours, I'd rather take a plane. But then
Mhm.
again, you can't even trust planes nowadays with all the delays and stuff. Like literally by the time you get to the airport, your flight is already canceled or delayed 8 times. And so I'm like,
Yeah,
do I want to fly, take the risk, or do I want to drive 18 hours to my destination? Do I want to waste a lot of gas? Yeah.
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 Ohio people are always like drive. That is the Ohio thing of we're like we'll drive.
I like driving. Like when I go to shows and stuff, I drive like 5, 6 hours and I love it. And it's so fun. Like I said to myself, I should just be a driver for bands because I can stay up all night, blast music, and be good for like 9 hours. It's not even that
It's
bad.
a good market.
I know. Yeah, but unless you're a big band, a lot of people don't want to pay out people and stuff,
Hmm.
which I understand is
True,
expensive. That's why
it is.
everyone takes turns in the band to drive and stuff, which I understand. But
I
still.
don't. I wish I understood.
You just got, I always say to people, you got to cough up money. You may lose it. You're going to lose money in the beginning,
Thank
creating
you.
music and stuff,
Yep.
Preach, preach it.
and build a market, build a fan base. You may go to one show in your area and have like 80 people, and the next show you have like 5 people. You can't get discouraged. You have to take those risks. But if nobody pops up at a show, people just give up. I've seen that in the scene a lot lately, and I'm like, just be happy that 5 people came and bought a shirt.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of people. A lot of people lose their drive really fast. It's
Yeah.
since I started this band, I say we've had about 40 members. 40 people has played. I wouldn't call them members, but have played live shows.
Holy moly. Is
It's
it
just
just
people.
because like of
It's the dedication and money thing. They're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be in a band and be famous and be so cool. I'm like, bro, it's a job. Like it's not be famous, be cool. Like it's work your ass off and maybe get something cool. And
yeah, I don't think people realize that.
a lot of people don't like that. They don't like to work for it. I think it should be just handed to them, and it shouldn't. It shouldn't. It takes work.
Like even your guys' instruments and stuff are hella expensive. Like you think that just because you spend like $5,000 on a guitar that your shows are gonna sell
Yep.
out and you're gonna buy so people are gonna buy so much merch. You can't have that mindset where you're just gonna fail.
Yeah, it's. I'd say within our gear, we're probably running about 30 grand worth of gear in this garage that we use. Like it's a lot of money. It's a lot of work. I'm 33. I don't look it, but I am. I've dedicated like pretty much my entire adult life to like get somewhere. Yeah, we've made the radio a few times. Got to play Rockville. But I mean, I'm still not happy. I need more. Like it's something you can't step away from once you have that dedication to. And a lot of people just don't realize that. They don't get deep into it and realize it's it's a lot of work. But when you get the stuff that like I don't know, play in front of 7,000 people at a festival in the middle of Daytona Speedway, like 99.9% of the world's never going to get to experience that in their life. And I think that's what makes music so cool is because you get to experience that no one else will. Even if you're not Metallica, even if you're not huge, it's still stuff that no one else will get to experience in their life.
Yep, I agree with you. Even like what's that band? Dying Oath, Mindy's band.
Hmm.
I forgot what festival they just played on because they Louder Than Life. Like,
That'd be
yeah,
sick. Yep.
that is such an amazing experience for a smaller band to be able to open up a huge festival like that because thousands of people are already there for the show. So,
Yeah.
even if the 1,000 people don't know who you are, at least, maybe 50 to like 200 people are going to be like, oh shit, it's a female
Yeah.
fronted band. We're
Exactly.
gonna give them a listen. Like that is something that bands should work hard for. You may not always get opportunities like that, but you never know. If you have enough support,
Exactly.
you could get into a festival like that.
You never know what's going to happen. That's the beauty of it.
Music is very up and down. It like if like I said, for if not for me, it took them years before they became big like this. years. I forget how long they've been a band, like 5 years, 5, 6 years maybe. And it took them this long to, be on tour, like set it off and everything. And what's that one band that they went on tour? Eskimo Callboy. I don't even know
That'd be
who they
cool.
are.
I love that band. They're from Germany.
I think I used to listen to them when I was younger. I just remember the name
Oh yeah,
Eskimo.
they're old. They changed it because of cancel culture. It's Electric Cowboy now. But they sound the exact same.
Yeah, I haven't listened to them in years. I think they
They
were
got
like
some bangers.
MySpace days.
Yeah, they got some bangers now. Like they went viral with one song a few years ago, and that was really good.
I gotta recheck them out, honestly. I've been into lately, not like larger bands, like the popular bands. I've been personally like going on TikTok. TikTok, I have found some amazing local bands on TikTok. I mean, I'm like listening to them and thinking to myself like, why aren't these bands having like larger fan base? Why aren't these bands doing shows? Like they sound so much better than have these larger bands that don't appreciate anything. And I'm sitting here, I was like, I think I found like 15 new local bands that I like, and everyone's so nice. And everyone knows each other and they're appreciative with like interviews like this, talking to them about like their new EP releases and stuff. Like you don't get that with larger bands anymore. They don't
Mm-mm.
they don't really care. They're very famous.
I think I don't know. Like I'm a very private person, and that's why Justin does a lot of our talking. But like I'm always down to do an interview or like try to tell people like what we've done or like who we are. I think I would always be that way because I think that's like the beauty of it. Even if we did eventually get big, I would definitely not like post on social media every day. If we got big enough to not have to post on social media, I'm gone. Facebook is deleted.
Yeah.
It is gone.
See, that's the thing. I hate social media, but because of what I do, I have to be social media. I have to be social, and I've never done interviews until I started doing interviews for our festival or just talking to bands in general about the festival. And I never did interviews because I fucking hate talking to people. I hate it with a passion. But now I can sit and talk for hours and everything, and get used to like local musicians, talk about like new music and stuff. Like we may do something like this, and then like you guys are releasing new music and a new video. I
Mhm.
might hop on another call with you guys so and have a whole thing about, your new release and stuff. Like that's my goal. I hate social media, but I
I
have to
like
talk to
talking to
people.
people that have the same interests. And I think social media don't really give you that. Like, if I'm posting about like a metal song, I don't want to see like 50 Jesus posts in a row. Like, that's not going to help what I'm trying to do. They already think that I worship Satan.
Listen, Facebook, Instagram, all drama lately. I don't even see music. I don't even see photography anymore. I just see so much hate, and I'm sitting here
That's all
like,
I see, fighting. And I'm
that's
like,
all
I
I see.
hate, and that like my problem is like a person is like, I'm not political. I hate politics. I'm not like a part of like any group. I'm like dead center. Like I'm just like, please stop fighting. Like this is bad for everybody.
That's what I said. I said to like my business partner, like, let's keep, the publication and all that like out of politics because no matter who you choose, you're a bad person. That's the
Exactly.
thing.
You can't.
If
There's
you
no
stay
winning.
quiet and you don't vote, you're a bad person. You vote for that person, you're bad. You vote for that person, you're bad. And I'm sitting here like, I don't care. Like I love everybody. I'm part of like the groups that are being affected for this election and stuff. Like I'm sitting here, I'm like, I didn't vote. I have
I
never
voted for
voted. I
myself.
just figure out who was red and blue recently. Do you
I,
really
I,
want my vote?
I voted for myself for president. Now I vote for like the local people because like where I'm a promoter too, and like I need people that ain't going to be beating the Bible in there. So I do vote in those. But like
Yeah,
for the
that's
president, I voted for myself the past 3 years or the past three elections.
yeah,
So
I'm not even signed up to register. Like I'm not registered to vote, but my business partner was like, it's not you like picking like a president. You can also pick like your officials in your area to
That's the
help
only reason
like,
I do it. Yeah.
make things better, like, like abortion laws, all this and all that. And it's all based on like your county and your state. And I'm sitting here, I'm
Yep.
like, I don't think my little vote is gonna help. It might, but
Yeah. Now
I'm
that
not a politician at all. I don't care. Like the
yeah,
world is fucked up
it
no matter who
sucks.
you choose.
It's not
It's
going to get better. It's a fight to the end. That's how it's going to be.
and that's why we love music, right? But then again, the
That's
music
the
scene has a
escape.
bunch of allegations constantly, so it's as bad as politics. So we
Yeah.
lose.
I don't know how people just can't stay out of trouble. It's not that hard.
I don't know how people can't just stop touching kids and
I
minors
don't
and
either. Like I'll read these stories and I'm like, how are these people real? Because like I feel like I'm a normal person, and I'm like, that's not normal. Like, why are you doing that? Like, it's horrible. Like, just sit in your garage and watch a projector. That's what I do every day. I stay out of trouble.
I
I
just
don't
don't
do anything
understand
stupid.
the amount of allegations every day I see. And I'm sitting here like, it's not even from like allegations from like 2024, 2023. It's from like 2011, 2012. I'm like, holy shit. Like, like the Blood on
But
the Dance Floor blew up, Dance Gavin Dance and all that. Ronnie Radke. I'm sitting here, I'm like, so we can't like no music.
you're not allowed,
Got
no.
it. Got
I
it.
think Radke has proved that he can do whatever he wants, though. I would love to have $11 million in my bank account.
Right? If
Right?
listen, Listen, he knows he's untouchable. It's like Franz and Attila. They know they can do the stupidest shit,
Yeah,
but
he
they
can
would
do
still have a
whatever he wants.
massive fan base.
I would love to have his mansion. Like,
Right? I would love to have Ronnie Rackey's bird, his blue bird that he has.
I didn't know that he had a bluebird. I don't watch these people a lot. Like, I know their songs. Like, I don't really, I don't care about a person's personal life. Like, obviously, if they're touching kids, like, yeah, fuck them people. Like, get them out of here. But like, if someone's like in 2011, he called me mean. He said I was mean or something. I don't care. I don't care.
No, yeah. It's crazy nowadays and just the like bands quitting, bands breaking up, like Oceano broke up
Oceano
because of
just,
this.
and they weren't even there. They weren't even part of any of it. Like they just got put on the tour. And like I'm not gonna lie, if someone's like, "Hey, do you want to go on tour with Attila?" Yeah, yeah, I do. I do not care about how he is. I'm not going to talk to him. I just want to play in front of 300, four
And
hundred
I
people
bet
every
you
night.
these people pay to get on tour anyways. Not like they probably paid a lot of money to get on Tiller's tour. I know for a damn fact Attila is not paying none of these bands. I know for a damn fact everyone's paying out of pocket to tour to do this tour. I know for a damn fact. But Oceano, he did a scapegoat. I think he didn't want to be part of Oceano anymore. And I think this gave him a reason to,
To get out
break
of
it
it.
apart.
Yeah, just a lot of
Well,
work just to give up.
yeah, well, shit. I wanted to see them live. That's the only reason why I was going to that tour is to see it, Oceano and Nathan James. So I was like, but do I go now? Do I get people that hate me because of Tilla and Dealer? I was like, I don't even know who Dealer is. I just found out that he was the ex-vocalist for Alpha Wolf, and he
I thought
touched
Dealer was Alpha Wolf.
and he raped somebody in Australia, I guess.
Well, he should not have done that. That is, why do people do the things that they do? Like,
Because fame gets to people's heads, literally like fame. Like I just don't understand. This is like my concept. Like once someone gets a taste of fame a little bit, they go out on tour, they think they're hot shit, they cheat on their wives and everything. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, why are we doing that, guys? Why? Why?
terrible.
Why?
Give me fame and I'll just build something crazy.
Just give me fame and money so I can buy more Funko Pops. If obviously my collection, like
Oh,
that's all
like
I
it,
want.
if I was like famous and rich, like you better watch out, DWP. I'm coming for you. My little 1200 festival. Yeah, I'm gonna grow that to 120,000.
That's
That's what
the
I would do
thing.
with
Like, if
money.
I had a bunch of money and shit, like, I would run a festival like 3 times a year and shit, like, just to get back to the scene. But then again, the scene's falling apart slowly. I'm just waiting till
Yeah.
2025 to see what the fuck happens next, honestly. Not gonna lie. Disappoints me. what happened when we just went to Warped Tour, enjoyed music, didn't live on
Oh
social
my
media. We
gosh,
had
the
MySpace. There was no
the good
canceling
days,
bands.
the good days, the best
Yeah, but
days.
I got some shit not that long ago because I posted I have signed CDs from Blood on the Dance Floor and Jeffree Star, and everyone's like, "Oh, do you still support them?" I was like, "Bro, I got these CDs in
When I was
2012.
12 years old, like, come on now.
I was literally 16, 17 when this CD came out, and I got them signed because I met Davi and Jay at freaking Warped Tour, and I got them signed before, all the allegations came out. That's when Brian Stars was still a thing before he got
Oh my
canceled and
gosh,
disappeared.
I remember that guy. I do remember that.
What the fuck happened to him?
Oh, I don't know. I just heard
Like,
it got canceled. I don't know any of the story behind it.
I just knew that he was an idiot, like interviewer and shit, but like I know that he was a piece of shit because they did that. I forgot that group of people was him and like six other scene guys and stuff, like Johnny Gilbert and all that. I forgot what that fucking group was called. And all of a sudden he got canceled. And I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, I love Brian Starr's interviews with like Axel Alexandria and shit. Shit was fucking top tier, not gonna lie.
I don't think I've ever watched them.
Oh my God, they're so fucking funny. When Danny is like high off of drugs and shit and just
Oh
answering
no.
questions and like blood on the dance floor, shit's fucking wild. Like just now I'm like thinking about it now, listen to the interviews, you can definitely tell these guys are pedophiles.
Yeah, that ain't good.
Yeah,
That is
that's
not good.
that's
That's
when music
gross.
was good. That's when merch designs filled the whole shirt up and shit. That was so good.
Ours still do.
And they're all neon.
I still
See,
we still
bands
make
need
good
to do that.
merch. Well, it's really expensive to get printed. That's why they stopped. So if you're looking at a three color or like if you're looking at like a one color t-shirt at a band merch, like you could say they got maybe 100 in them for about 400. But if you're looking at like those neon merch, you're looking at like 100 of those for like 2 grand. So
Jesus Christ.
that's why people stopped doing it.
I
It's
literally have one. I have the dinosaur shirt from Bring Me Horizon. It's an extra extra small upstairs. That shit look like it fits a baby. I'm like looking at it. I was like, I can't even fit an arm in this shirt anymore.
I remember that shirt.
Yeah, I have Old Miss May. I had the Stay Brutal shirt that was imprinted with gold foil and
Gold.
stuff.
We actually we did like an emo night cover show, and we made one that said "Stay Emo" in the gold print, just like
Oh my
the same
God.
way
That's
that shirt
great.
was made.
That's great. Yeah, I remember my Stay Brutal. I have Party Till You Puke from, Drop Dead when, Ollie Sykes had like that fucking coolest designs on his Drop Dead site, and I literally have that shirt upstairs still, and you can't get that shirt anywhere ever again.
Collector's item.
The good old days. Whitechapel. Damn.
Now now we're just getting old.
Damn. I feel old.
I do too.
I'm turning 31. I feel so old. And when people are like, I listened to Alexandria, I was like, oh, what album? They're like, oh, I just started listening to them last year. I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, so you don't know the good music. Got it.
That sounds like my father-in-law because he only listens to Octane, and he'll be like, "Have you heard of Architects?" I'm like, "Yeah," in like 2007, bro. Like you've been missing out.
Oh my, I saw them live not that long ago. I forgot who they were touring with. While She Sleeps and stuff. And
Oh, I love that
I
band.
mean, amazing production, but I did not know one song off their new albums. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I know the old shit like Naysayer and stuff. Like that's that stuff I want to listen to, not this stuff. I don't know what's going on.
I like their new music. It's pretty. Which I mean, I like hard rock, so I'm a very big hard rock new metal guy.
I've been into Australian bands like Ocean Sleeper, um, fucking amazing, Patient 67. I found this awesome Ukraine band. They're called Space of Variations. Insane. Oh my God. I'm like, why is America so boring?
Mm.
It
All the
is.
good bands come from Australia. Like Feed Her to the Sharks came from Australia. I think Ocean's Red came from the Ukraine. Like all the good bands.
I like a lot of like the UK bands like Bring Me an Architect and I guess Siamese is over that way